check. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra, Delta Mike 06. Hello, check 1-2. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra, Delta Mike 06.
K6MYC. Looking for KB6RQU in Lake Isabella.
You get me, Mike?
Hi, Dave. K6VBG. Vodka, Bourbon, and Generola, K6MYC.
Yep, 971. How's your day?
Just a minute, I'll tell you. Okay. Got my log sheet all set up there. There we go. Well, we went into town. We had to be there at 9 o'clock for a dental appointment for Judy. And when all was said and done, they pulled a tooth, which she was anxious to get out. It was broken. It had broken and cracked up the middle of all things. And the dentist was amazed that it wasn't bothering her more than it was, but she wasn't having any pain from it at all. And it was just an easy extraction, very simple. And she's nibbling a little dinner right now, soft food and stuff. But she has no pain, and she's in great shape. So that came out really good. In the meantime, I went over with my driver to Valley Fair and to see the Apple store about some Meta glasses. Those Ray-Ban Meta glasses that apparently are being sold at some of the Apple stores. And to our chagrin, I got over there at about 20 minutes to 10, and they weren't open yet, so we had to sit there and wait. Anyway, just about the time they opened the store, I got a call from the dental office and said, "Oh, Judy's all done, but she'll wait for you. She's going to be comfortable here in the office. We'll take care of her." Well, so we went in and spent about 20 minutes trying to. Well, the next door to the Apple store was the sunglass store, and they did sell Ray-Ban glasses in there. So we went in and sort of had a meaningless chat with one of the salespeople that wasn't really. Well, she knew some of the stuff, but she didn't know how to get trained on them. And anyway, then we went next door to the Apple store and see if they knew much about it and if they were working in conjunction with the sunglass store, which were selling the things to get them all set up with their Apple phones and all that. And we waited about 10 minutes for somebody to wait on us, and finally got a lady that didn't know much, and she said, "You should just call Apple support." And so I said, "Well, put Apple support number in my phone," and she did. So that was the extent of our day. Then we went and we got some prescription, pain prescription, and a couple of other things at Walgreens, and headed on home, stopped and got a few postage stamps, and that was our day, Dave. You've heard it all. There wasn't much else to it other than the fact when I got home and had some lunch. Hadn't had any breakfast either, so it was about a little afternoon, and I was hungry. So I fixed up some sandwich and material and had a nice big lunch, and the next thing I know, I was waking up, and it was 3 o'clock.
Well, that's a complete day.
Yeah, so I had a good nap, I'll tell you what. Got the fire going, emptied out all the ashes in the fireplace, and got the fire started again, and got a rip roarer going there, so we're in good shape here.
What about the extent of my day?
I'm sorry, we had a perfect double. Say again?
I say I worked on the truck today and a little bit, and the car a little bit, and just trying to clean them up a little bit, and then I played with the dogs, and that was my day.
Okay. Well, it's still a pretty nice day. We had similar temperatures. Last few days have been probably bouncing around within 1 degree of each other. Nice sun all day, which was nice too. We make another call. On the outside chance that we can wake Rick up down there in Lake Isabella. Pointed down that way. If we don't get him, I'll spin around towards Santa Cruz. K6MYC calling KB6RQU. KB6 Radio Queen United. KB6RQU Lake Isabella calling. K6MYC calling you and standing by. How about it, Rick?
KC5, DTU 712.
712. Good evening to you, Kerry. My God, 3 nights in a row. I don't believe it.
Roger, Roger. I'm here. Did you make it into town today?
Yeah, I guess you must have just walked in. I was just going through the town routine with Dave there. Yes, we did. We made it into town, but I didn't get very far with the Metaglasses and Apple Store. They don't sell them in this store, and they didn't know much about it, although they thought that maybe I could call Apple support and they could help me. And I went to the sunglass store next to the Apple Store in the Fashion Fair down here, and they had the glasses, and she demonstrated them a little bit to me, but wasn't very knowledgeable about how to get things working on them and so on. So it was kind of disappointing from that standpoint today. Otherwise, we did fine, but then by the time I got into the Apple Store, they had already called me, and Judy was already done having her teeth examined and x-rayed, and also the doctor pulled the tooth. So it took him about 10 minutes to pull the tooth. Came out real easy with minimal pain for her, so it worked out really good. So she was done at 10 o'clock, and that's about the time the Apple Store opened up. So I was a little late getting back to pick up Judy, but anyway, it all worked. And we got home about 12:30, 1 o'clock, after stopping at Walgreens and doing some shopping and getting some postage stamps and stuff. So that was our day, carryover.
Roger, Roger. Okay. Well, I told you that Laura had a doctor's appointment, so we were tied up there. But anyhow, by the time I got around to it, it was too late this morning. I figured you guys were already on your way in. So tomorrow's Friday should be an easier day, and I'll give you a twisted pair.
Yeah, okay. What happened? Laura's appointments were canceled?
It's a routine at the beginning of the year and follow-up mostly, so that's what it was all about. And everything was good, and she's good for another year.
I was going to say, you're going to keep her another year, huh?
Roger, Roger. Okay, I won't tie up the net, and I guess about 9:30 in the morning. Are you available?
Yeah, I should be. This morning we went on the road or something. We're sitting in the Fashion Fair waiting for Apple Store to open.
For me, and hope she's not in much pain and gets better, and we'll link up again when you come in again soon.
Yeah, I would say that the extraction was so simple. The tooth was broken. The doctor pulled it out in 2 pieces. It was cracked all the way from the top to the bottom, or bottom to the top, whatever, and it came out easily and didn't have any pain. She's got no pain now. She hasn't even taken a pain pill. So that's how good it is. No bleeding. The doctor is watching her, having her have a very simple 24-hour period to make sure that there's no bleeding afterwards, but so far so good. Everything's fine, and she's doing fine. If it wasn't for the fact that we knew we went in and she had been given instructions on what to eat and what not to eat and how easy to take it, no high pressure stuff, why she wouldn't even know she was at the dentist today, I don't think, over.
Well, Roger. Well, I'm glad it went well, Michael. And I'm going to slide on out of here real quick. Got a phone call coming in, and I'll see you in the morning.
Yep, look forward to the call, Kerry. Thank you very much. 7-3. Who was the other one?
Able 6 Sierra 800, and hi, Kerry.
Good evening, Bill. Good signal in Fresno as usual.
QSL. Back to you there, Mikey, AA6S.
Very good. I've been calling for Rick, KB6RQ, you in Lake Isabella, but no response. So, even though I think 432 is running at his place, and he usually has a pretty good signal up here, I haven't heard him for about a month or so now. So we just can't get him back on the radio. I think he's having some tough times down there. Anyway, I was just about to go over to Santa Cruz. I don't think you're going to find anything from QUI tonight. He doesn't do the 432 thing.
KM6SRR.
AJ6PD 1237, am I on frequency?
Yeah, you're perfect, Tony. Very good. AG6PD 1237 and 432 and 1200. Good evening, Rob. And take it, shoot it to Tony, and I'm pretty sure you're hearing him, and confirm he sounds good on his radio. Over.
Yeah, no 1200 here yet. She's not home. Tony sounds good. Got him loud and clear. KM6SRR.
KJ6TYO 1009.
1009. Big signal tonight on 432 here, Ron.
Yeah, well, you're probably pointing pretty close to me, or you're getting there anyway.
Yeah, I'm pointing down south. So there you go. You're sounding good. What's your weekend holding, along with the fact that the government's going to be out of business? What are you going to do?
Oh, man, there's always people got to eat them chickens, so I'll have plenty of stuff.
Okay. That's right. Come hell or high water, business as usual as far as the chicken farm goes, huh?
Yeah, they can put the cattlemen out of business, and they haven't started on the chickens yet, so we'll just keep on doing what we're doing.
Okay.
All right, Mike, take it easy. Have a good night. KJ6TYO.
Roger, Ron, take care. Nice to hear from you. Rob, you want to say hello to Ron before he goes?
Sure. Hi, Ron. Have sweet dreams tonight there. KJ6TYO, KM6SRR.
All right, thanks, Rob. Yeah, I'm headed to the rain locker and then to bed. So got my food in my belly, so we're good to go. All right, catch you later.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah, we'll catch you later. K6US 1079 and Bozo 1100.
And K6MI 711.
Good evening, John. Got your 711. Thank you. Good to hear you. I'm still pointed down toward Lake Isabella, but I guess we're not going to have anybody from Lake Isabella calling us tonight, so I'm going to heading around to Santa Cruz. So here we go.
I'm headed towards Santa Cruz right now. See if Tom is in there. KW6S. KW6S, AA6S, over.
AA6S, KW6S, good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Tom. Good signal. KW6S, AA6S. What a bunch of S's. Anyway, Mikey is turning his antennas. I thought I'd sneak in here and give you a shout there and see if you could copy me here. Anyway, you're coming in super good here. KW6S, AA6S. Back to you there.
Yeah, I was thinking about your amplifiers there. I think this is a band that BJ has kind of the same amp, or close to the same amp as you do, and that used the 3CX800. For some reason, I didn't think that went up to 400 meg, but that's still within rating on that tube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it goes way higher than that. At least 500 or 600 megs, I'd imagine. Yeah, because they got this is a 2004, and I got a 2002, and they make a 6-meter one I've never seen. But anyway, it seems to work pretty good. And I'm blasting it here right now, so it looks like it's working, and that's a good thing. I'll kick it back to it. Yeah, it's an 800, and Mikey might know how high they go, but I'm sure they go up into the 600 meg band at least. KW6S, AA6S, over.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that tube. That came into popularity while I was off and away trying to make my fortune, and pulled away from ham radio for like
20 years. So that's in my gap period. Anyway, just a curiosity there. AA6S, KW6S, and probably looking for K6MYC.
Yeah, I'm pointed on a peak on you. I'm getting on a bounce. I'm pointed at about 250 degrees, so pretty good signal, Tom. Good evening. A good signal from Bill in this direction as well. On the 800, the 3CX800, as I remember, I think the tube is rated to about 600 megs. It's good enough to get through high TV band anyway. I think they made it so it would work up through the high end of the television band. That may be even more, like 700, but actually it could be used higher. But they got to play tricks to do it because it started to getting into inter-electrode capacitance problems. And as I recall, Bob Sutherland told me that they had built one at 900 megs, but they had to use what we call a reentrant cavity. And I don't know, I don't want to claim to know what the hell and how it works, but a reentrant cavity can allow a tube to go higher than it really wants to go. So at least that's the way I understood it at the time. Too bad we can't ask Bob. He passed away a few years ago. But he passed at least verbiage on to me. KW6S, good evening, Tom, 610, K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, okay, well, I hope I'm doing as good now because I'm pointed at you. So I hope I didn't get off your peak. But, yeah, that tube just was one that slipped by me. And I just read something about it, and or maybe it wasn't that tube, but there was a tube that you had to get a little different version of it to get up to 500 megs. But, yeah, no, if they're using it there and if Henry used it there, I'm guessing it was probably okay in the first place. Yeah, not much else going on. Just hanging out here. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, well, here's some more tube history for you. The 8877 kind of craps out about 300 megs. You can push it to 432, but the efficiency is terrible. So what they did is they made the same tube, an 8877, but they removed, and they made it so it was very low inductance. That now plugs into a socket. It's like a twist lock socket as opposed to the pins that were on the bottom of the 8877. So it goes into a twist lock socket, and they renamed the tube 8938. I have one of those. In fact, I think I gave it to Frank. I had the amplifier designed and built for me. At the time, I either didn't have time or didn't know what I was doing, but it's in a cavity, and it's working at this band, and it puts out a good 1500 plus, and it works very, very well. But 8938, and the tube that's in there is probably 40 years old. Right after they came out, Bob Sutherland, gave us a sample. Mel and I were both at KLM at the time, and he knew we were into amplifiers, and so he said, here's a sample tube. And we kept the sample, and it got back and forth between me and Mel for a long time, and finally I had this guy. I said, well, I got to put this tube to use. So I found a guy up in Oregon that was really good tube builder, amp builder, and he turned it into a cavity. He'd worked for Tektronix, so he seemed like he knew what he was doing. Anyway, that's the history of the 8938. It's octal-based. I guess they call it loctal-based.
Okay, well, yeah. I built an amplifier for 6 meters, which I had at the flea market. I was trying to unload. But I used the 4CX300, which was a push-in and twist version of the 4CX250, I guess. And I think it was ruggedized. I think that was a Collins special 26-volt filament and all for aircraft use. But, you pushed it in like a gas cap. You pushed it in and gave it a about a quarter of a turn, and you were, or less than you were ready to go, and that made them pretty nice to change out. Yeah, the 8938. Oh, I have to study up on that one a little bit, although I think tubes are in my past as well. And we should probably look for Lee here. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, one more piece of information for you. On that tube that you're talking about, the 4CX350. The reason it was rated at 350 watts, that's the same fin size as the 4CX250, but when they made the Lochtel base, it was a much smaller diameter. I think it was just a little over about 7/8 of an inch in diameter, and it didn't block the air to the fins. So you got a lot more air up through the base and past the socket into the tube itself, up to the upper fins. And so they could rate it all the way up to 350 watts of dissipation. That's the history of that one, over.
Yeah, well, I was getting about 500 watts out of a single tube on 6 meters, and it seemed to hang right in there. So, yeah, of course, I had the standard fan of blow a brick off a table at 3 paces.
Yeah. Well, they just would let a lot more air through than the other one, the 4CX250, which had a much bigger base and kind of blocked the air. They put holes on around the outside of the socket to get the air up through the chassis there. But the 350, the air went right up by the tube, and all the air went right up from the bottom to right through the fins. Anyway, that's just now another story. I'm just spewing what Bob Sutherland told me. We spent lots of time together up there at IMEC. Had easily a good time. Anyway, very good. Let's see if Lee is in here. Good evening, Lee. If you're there, AF6 United, K6MYC in a group.
Well, K6MYC, this is AF6 United. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, but you're very weak, as you were last week, over.
Yeah, I can barely copy you as well. Copy on that, but then when we started chatting back and forth,
I'm going back and forth, but I'm not even able to get you to Q5 tonight, so whatever you've done to that system lately has really changed. Either that or there's something wrong with the Quaggy.
Actually, I think that it's just the fact that I had to swap out the 847, which was 50 watts, for this 857 Delta that I've been using, and that's only down around 20 watts. So, and maybe the antenna has been thrown off a little bit, but I was twisting it around back and forth as you were talking to Todd, and trying to get a piece on you, and I got it as best I could. So this, I think, is about as good as we're going to get tonight.
Okay, AF6 United, K6MYC. Well, I've got your Q5 now, and you're not fading. You always have a stable signal because you've got a good location there. It's more line of sight than not. But it's just not strong. I don't know why, but I don't think it's to 3 dB. You only got 3.5 dB between 20 watts and 50. Only about 3.5 dB, and it shouldn't make this much difference. But who knows? Anyway, one of these days you'll put the 847 back together and with a switch or a non-switch or a jumper, and we'll hear you with the full smashing 50 watts again there in Lee. Let's see. Let me shoot it over to Rob or anybody else that wants to say hello to you over there. AF6 United with KM6SRR and KW6S, K6MYC.
Thank you, Tom. I'm not hearing Lee, even though I have the preamp on, but I was hearing Tom okay. I don't know if he's still pointed this way. I'm barefoot tonight, so I don't know if he'll be able to hear me good or not. KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Boy, you're way down for me tonight. Let's see. Yeah, I do have the preamp on, too. So, yeah, not doing real well here, but with a low enough noise flavor or noise level, we can make a go of it. KM6SRR, KW6S.
Yep, I got a good copy on you, Tom. Yeah, I sent the amp over to Jim. He's going to change the cover out to a black cover and a black faceplate, and that's why I'm barefoot. KM6SR, back to net.
Did you hear that, Tom? The amplifier is, he could hook it up, but it would take a real long feed line. It's halfway over to Fremont to W6PQL's place, who's going to upgrade it. He got an original prototype that was a gray cabinet or whitish. I've got one of those also on 220. And Jim's going to upgrade it for him and put it in a black faceplate and a black cabinet so it looks like a stock unit. Over.
Yeah, all three of mine are black, and then my 1296 is, I just bought the basic amplifier board, and I put the rest of it together, and it's in its own little cabinet.
Yeah, okay, well anyway, that's why Rob is down. He's probably, what, 50 watts, Rob? What's the transceiver you're using?
I'm using 9700, and let me look and see what it is here. It's supposed to be 75 watts.
Yeah, so you're looking at 800 down to 75 watts, so a little over 10 dB weaker. Over. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, that makes the difference, and that's about what I'm seeing here probably, because I remember last week just booming in here on 432. So yeah, that would make the difference. I guess that's the dual transistor amp, which is the one I have here too as well. K6MYC, KW6S.
I think so. Yeah, I think it is. I think there are two devices in here. I've got one here too. That's what you're listening to here. Okay, anybody else want to say hello to Tom? I didn't hear WA6AAJ yet. Are you in here tonight, Mike? Mike's not here tonight. Anybody else for Tom and Lee over there, K6MYC? Okay, we're a little late tonight. Too bad Ken isn't in here. He always has a good copy on both of you guys over there. Anyway, we'll say 73s, and we'll hope to have you enjoy a good weekend over there, get lots of stuff done, and we'll see you on Sunday night. KW6S and AF6 United. You take it, Tom, and shoot it up to Lee, K6MYC.
Very good. Yeah, I should be here Sunday night. So we'll see you then. AF6U, KW6F.
My daughter's in town, and unless something gets off Sunday night, I should be here on 2 meters as well. So see everybody then. K6MYC, KW6F, AF6 United. Good night.
Okay, good night, Lee. Good night to you. And we'll see you Sunday night. Thank you. Good luck with getting some more done on the tower and the tri-bander there. AF6 United, KW6S, K6MYC clear, and then we're going up into the Bay Area a little bit more here. That should be pretty close to the bottom end of the Bay Area, so Fred should be here with a gangbuster signal. KD6S OK in the group, K6MYC, Bay Area, Bay Area.
Hey, good evening, Mike, and good to hear you. You sound good. You got a good signal, and how are you doing tonight?
K6KLY, also good. Let's see, that'll be 507 and 111. Yeah, good evening, Fred. Good signal. I may not be quite peaked on you. I'll try to do that as you take it. And if you'd like, take a transmission and then shoot it up to Russ, who we haven't heard for a week or so. So, good evening to you, Russ. Good to hear you. KD6SOK with K6 Kilo Lima Yankee, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, very good. And good to hear Russ again. And,
nice signal here, too,
yeah,
W6PQL.
Yeah, good. Got you, Jim.
Too chilly at night. You know, it was cool, but it wasn't cold, you know, like in the 40s. So it was a nice evening, and it's somewhat like that tonight. And so hopefully tomorrow it'll be up in the 70s, and maybe it'll be 70 or so. That'd be nice. I know we haven't gotten any rain, but I really kind of miss the sun, so I really enjoy that. The weather was beautiful today. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Russ. Go ahead, Russ. Take it away. 86, that's okay.
Okay, K6KLY in Belmont, just checking in here, and hope some of you guys have been working this KP5 is out there. He's been there for 2 weeks now and going at it pretty constantly every day. Not a lot going on here, and back down to Mike, K6MYC, K6KLY.
Very good. Has he been on 6 meters, and what is KP5?
Yeah, Desecheo Island's about 35 miles east of Puerto Rico. Down there counts as a separate country. He has been on 6 meters, but not out here. He's been working all kinds of people in the East Coast, over.
Yeah, okay. He does have 6 meters, but he hasn't propagated here yet. Okay, well, hopefully he'll, is he doing FT8 only?
Roger, as far as I can tell, yes, over.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. Anyway, not too far from Puerto Rico. Yeah, I couldn't remember where KP5 was. Anyway, thanks for that. Desecheo, I remember that. I never got to Desecheo, but we worked people there. Okay, let's see. It's over to Jim. W6PQL popped in through you guys there, so good signal in this direction. I haven't moved the antenna at all, Jim. W6PQL, and then we'll look for rotate it. You can rotate it back through Fred if you like, K6MYC.
Okay. Well, I guess wherever you got the antenna is just fine. You don't have to move it for me. You could probably make me stronger, but then you'd lose Fred or something, you know. And you're about S9 here, so no reason to change anything. Just checking in, and now I'm checking out, and over to you, Fred. Go ahead.
All right, thanks, Jim. Yeah, good to hear you. Good to hear everybody on 432 tonight, so that's really good. Anyway, Mike, I don't have anything more to report, so back to you. K86, that's okay.
Okay, very good, Fred. Well, we'll look for you Sunday night on 2 meters. If you have no noise, that'll be good. Have a good weekend, and hopefully it'll be sunny. I have no rain in the future here for 2 weeks. They said all our rain has disappeared, and we're going to have another 2 weeks of wonderful weather, which is nice, but we're dry, as you've heard me say. Good evening, Fred, and we had another breaker in there. Who was that? Was that you, Gary?
KB6BA.
92. And it was me, but let the other station go first.
Okay. KB6BA. Go ahead, Oliver, 900.
Yeah, good evening. Didn't mean to step on anyone. I guess I was just anxious. It's Oliver, KB6PA. Did a little microwave testing up on the hill today. We have a beacon that needs to be fixed.
Daryl's in there, Mike, 982.
You may have heard of Dave Leeson and 6DL, professor at Stanford and DX. He's hosted our microwave beacon for many, many years, and it's getting old and needs some repairs over.
What frequency is that beacon on?
10 gigahertz.
Oh, boy. I didn't even know you had beacons on 10 gigs. I won't be hearing it either way, but I now have a transverter that goes to 2300. That'll be the highest frequency I've ever been on, but I haven't even been there yet. One of these days we'll get it hooked up. Fine on everything there, Oliver. Got a good signal, as always, over here. We have Gary in here, but I did not hear Daryl. Daryl, pick it up for a second. Hang on a second, Gary. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, I did not hear you.
Well, I don't know. It looks like it's working.
Well, it's working now. I can't imagine how I didn't hear you, but maybe I did, and I perceived it was Gary and not you, so that's probably what happened. Anyway, how are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. We're just trying to we're taking advantage of the good weather and getting stuff done around here.
Well, that's what you should be doing. I'm sort of doing the same thing, but I wasn't here today much. I didn't do much outside at all today. But maybe tomorrow we'll get back in that mode. Anyway, I'm glad that everybody's having a little bit of time to get things accomplished in between the rain here, which we haven't had to worry about for several weeks here. Over to you, Gary, and thank you, Daryl, for checking in here. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, over to WB6 WNI 1090 K6MYC.
Yes, good evening, Mike. And the net. Wow, very strong signals again. Oliver, you're coming in S7 here S4 into West San Jose. And I know a guy named Jim, KR6WP, probably know him, so I talked to him on his repeater. But yeah, Oliver, you're coming very strongly, and Mike, of course, always coming in strongly. Anyway, again, I have dinner on the stove, literally on the stove, so I'm going to back out quickly here and say 73 to everyone on the net. K6MYC, Davey, 6791090.
Okay, very good, Gary. Good signal. Not bodacious, but certainly adequate. Many dB above what I need to get good copy there. And have a good weekend. Enjoy your dinner upcoming. I had mine. We had leftover ribs. It was good. Matt bought a bunch of ribs already pre-cooked and everything home the other night when he was real late for dinner. Sometimes he doesn't have time to come home and cook dinner, so he bought some stuff on the way home. I think he got it from Sam's Club. Anyway, really excellent ribs and some other little salad stuff and so on. So I'm in good shape. And so there you are. Let's see. I wonder if Dane is in here. About the time that Dane checks in. WB6WJNP. Are you here, Dane? No Dane tonight.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned the Jim, and I didn't hear who it was.
PQL Jim. But we can also try for the other Jim. He's going to try and get on. So everybody put your ears to the speakers and see if we can hear WB6JNN. WB6JNN. Make a transmission, Jim. K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Anybody here, Jim?
Mike, negative. We have an S0 noise level, so no, he was not there.
Okay. Thank you, Gary. What was the other comment? Somebody said I doubled. Did you hear him, Lee? I mean, Russ? Somebody said something about doubling, but maybe I misheard the word. Anyway, is there anybody else for 432 Bozo Net? I'm beaming the Bay Area, K6MYC, standing by.
This is Kilowatt 6 Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville.
We finally got a good path again, Paul. Good signal. 637. Good signal. And boy, it was sure pukey the other night. I listened for you on the direct path. I never heard anything. I think you didn't even try. But we had intermittent communications with John, KR6MR. But not good. And we had just perceptible conversation with Darren. Darren was on, but of course he's running just a 10 watts, so he's pretty marginal. Anyway, the band was not in great shape on 1296 yesterday, or on Tuesday. Back over to you, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, K6MYC in the group. This is Kilowatt 6 Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville. Yes, the 23 centimeter net, it worked well on bounce pass for me off the Bay Area, but the direct pass was hopeless, so I couldn't hardly even hear you there, Mike. So anyway, glad got a good signal tonight. You're 5x5 to 5x7 right now on the bounce pass. So back to you, K6WIS, over.
Okay, and you did not get any other check-ins tonight?
Negative, over.
Okay, I did hear the guys. I think last night I heard Clear Lake, and we checked in 336 and 160, but I never did hear you. I don't think you were in there last night. Anyway, no worries. Good signal tonight. So we'll move on here. Let me see. I'm pointed still into the Bay Area. Let's take a look. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie Lee. Mike, are you here? I have not moved the antenna since I started in the Bay Area, so I found the magic spot. I've been able to copy everybody 100%. I'm going to try one more time for WB6JNN, and see if he's copying. Somebody else over there might give a call to Jim. Sometimes he doesn't even hear me, but sometimes the system works and sometimes it doesn't there. WB6JNN, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over, Jim. Russ, why don't you give him a call?
All right, WB6JNN, are you out there? K6KLY? Nothing heard, Mike.
Okay, he may have just elected to give it up. He's got a problem with me on 432, and he said he might check in, but that's never a given there. The other one that we might hear one of these nights, he's got 432, would be AB6SR. AB6SR, you want to try one there, Stan, if you're there? K6MYC, over. I don't hear anything from Stan, AB6SR. Anybody hear anything? I guess not. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm going to go over to Oakley then. Here we go to N6RO.
Hey, Mike, did you talk to PQL? I didn't hear you say anything to him.
Well, he just said he was going to have a quick in and out.
Okay, Roger.
Okay, here we are up toward Oakley. N6RO, hopefully done with dinner now. K6MYC. What was the call?
WB6JN.
Oh, okay. We called you a few minutes earlier, Dane, but I've got you now 107. WB6JNP, K6MYC. Take one, and I'll say if I can get a little more signal on you. Go ahead.
Okay, nothing new at this end. Was in the other room and all that, so I didn't hear you call. But anyway, like I said, nothing new to report here. WB6JNP.
I'm sorry I didn't get back with you the other night. I checked you in, of course, I think on 2 meters, and you were weak, but I was just in a bad spot for you. But then we had a whole bunch of other people and things going on, and I guess I just forgot to get you back in. But you know how that goes from time to time. I apologize. Well, you're sounding pretty good here on 432 tonight. Not bodacious, but I'm not pointed at you either. So thanks for checking in. We got almost everybody. I'm trying to think if there's anybody missing in Clear Lake. I mean, in Coarse Gold. We got Tony. We got Dave, VBG. We got Charlie Echo Fox, Daryl. We got 107 Dane, and we got KM6SRR. And the only one that's missing, and he won't be in for a while yet. Still putting things back together and chasing animals. He was up all night with an animal that was running around in between the floorboards of his trailer, gnawing and chewing on things, and he couldn't sleep. So he was a basket case when I called him this morning. He must have had a rat or something. He got either trapped in there or whatever, but the animal was chewing and chewing for hours, I guess. Anyway, Frank will be back in here one of these days. A good compliment of Coarse Gold folks tonight. While I'm chattering away here, let me go back for N6RO. N6RO, K6MYC. Oh, I bet you this is his Zoom night, isn't it? Yeah, he's probably going to wait for a break, and he'll call in from somewhere when I'm pointed up toward L.A. I mean, Las Vegas or Nevada. How about that? Okay, anybody else while I'm going up the Sacramento-San Joaquin Valley? How about you, John? KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Go ahead.
He's KO6 IQR 1189.
WVL number 1179. Over.
Okay, 1179. Good. 1179. And KO6 IQR 1189. Good evening to you, Mario. Let me shoot it to John first, and he can try turning it over to you. I'm sure you guys hear each other. You're not that far apart. Turlock and Modesto, not that far apart. But try it anyway, John, and turn it over to KO6 IQR, and we'll go that way. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima 1189, K6 MYC.
K6 MYC, KD6 WVL. Good signal tonight. I was almost nodding out there. I had the headphones on, and you perked me up there. I'll turn it over to Mario. Thanks for the check-in. KO6 IQR, KD6 WVL. It's all yours.
Over to you, Mario.
K6 MYC, KO6 IQR. Yeah, I wasn't hearing the other station in Modesto. Oddly enough, I usually do. He's probably shooting right over my head here, but yeah, I didn't hear anything, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm back in town. Just got back from Oregon last night, and back to the grind this morning.
Oh, you were already up north, weren't you? You spent the last 3 days up in Oregon at Merrillville, or whatever it was?
It's a little town called Kaiser in Marion County.
Okay.
Eugene and Salem.
Yeah, okay. And you got all done with that and got back down here for Thursday night. Wonderful. Did you drive up there?
No, we flew out of Oakland up to Portland.
Oh, okay. Very good. How was the weather in Oregon?
It wasn't too bad. Not as cold as I thought it was going to be. It was upper 30s into like the lower 40s. A little bit of rain, but nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, not too much different than the valley's been for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, very good. Well, welcome back. You're sounding good here on 1296. I mean on 432. John over there in Modesto is running 25 watts, I think, to a single hole loop on this bend. And that's a pretty good signal down to me. It's funny that you wouldn't hear it, but you might have him in some kind of a atomic null on your little Yagi there, over.
Yeah, but I've heard it before, but that's kind of odd, yeah, because usually I do hear anybody coming out of the north, Sacramento, and even Modesto, they're aiming towards you. Well, he's on a holo, so he's on me, but anybody aiming towards you usually just shoots right over my head, so I can typically hear anybody even off the back of the little element here. Doesn't matter where I point. I usually typically hear the closer stations.
Yeah, I hear you. He's running Omni, so he's shooting in all directions. And when I thought about that comment, shooting in all directions, I thought about a famous comment by a Marine. The Marine was in combat, and he said, "My God, we're surrounded. It's wonderful. Now we can shoot in all directions."
That's good. Hopefully, there's no one behind him that he doesn't want to shoot, right?
Well, 5 guys in a foxhole, I don't think they're going to shoot each other in the back of the head. I don't know what the situation was. It was just the idea that when you're surrounded, and normally everybody else will be giving up, not the Marines, by God, they think that's terrific. Now they can shoot in all directions and hit people.
Yep, that's typical Marines. Yep, the joy of war.
Good thing we got them. I think I ought to send a few Marines up to Minnesota and teach them what for.
We're probably not too far from it. I think good old Donnie might have to send some reinforcements for those folks up there.
Yeah, need somebody to go up there and kick ass and take names in 2 different areas, in the administration and also in the very well programmed and schooled and funded rioters up there. God, what a mess. What a bunch of idiots. And the goddamn media goes right along with all of it. You know, they're painting this guy that was shot the other day as a real cherub. He was anything but a cherub, and they got all kinds of video of him now a week or two earlier when he was kicking the taillights out of ICE vehicles and stuff like that, and screaming and spitting at him and swearing and flailing around. He's, oh no, he's a mild-mannered, very quiet, very carefully controlled demonstrator. Yeah, right. It didn't mean he should be shot a week later, but he just put himself into a situation. He would have got shot even if he hadn't been photographed and noticed a week before. He was just being an asshole. Anyway, enough of my politics here. K06IQR, good evening, Mario, and we'll see you Sunday night, K6MYC.
All right, 7-3, Mike, K6MYC from K06IQR. 7-3, and good evening.
7-3. Okay, anybody else before I go into Sacramento, K6MYC?
And 6RO.
And 6RO, we were waiting for you. I figured you were in that Zoom meeting.
No, it's coming up. I took a nap and woke up late and grabbed my Caesar salad. High temperature today was 62, and I gave you the wrong temperature yesterday. It was 61 for a high. So I think that's all I got to report. We're going to have our Zoom meeting in just about 10 minutes. So we'll see you on Sunday and 6RO.
Okay, well, I didn't know you took naps. I would have excused you for the nap, but you were missing, and so we continued with Mario and John down there in Modesto, KD6WVL, and they held it together until you showed up. So there you go. Good evening. Yeah, you said there was a contest. Oh, I guess it's a South American contest, isn't it? Coming up this weekend. So hablo español.
Yeah, actually, one of my operators is going to do the sideband North American Sprint. It's a little 4-hour contest in the afternoon. So, maybe I'll get in the South American thing. And 6RO. See you later.
5-9. 5-9.
Sí.
Sí. Hasta luego, mi amigo. All right, over to Sacramento.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Kilo Foxtrot Bravo.
Kilo Foxtrot Bravo moving in. Good evening, Kevin. Darren, I'll get it right.
Oh, yeah, give it enough tries, you'll get it.
Yeah, when I stumble around with names because I'm coming around, we got over 30 check-ins here already, I think. So I'm really, I'm abusing my brain tonight.
Uh-oh. We got to put it on overtime.
Yeah. I get double time for it. I get 2 cookies instead of 1. All right, you sounding good down here. It's working well. The 75 watts and all is doing well. Sorry we couldn't copy you better, but I did hear bits and pieces of you on 1296, but the night was terrible. Propagation that night was awful. Over.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of few and far between of 1296 actually being good propagation.
You might do well if you put the antenna up a little higher. As I recall, you're right at roof level and you're not on your rotating mast, are you?
Well, we're up there at about, 25-foot mark. Yeah, about 25.
Well, it's not bad, but it might be better if you were just higher. I don't know. I'm guessing. It seems like the higher you can get on that band and less dirt in the way and less curvature of the earth, the better.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but not in the cards quite yet.
I understand. Anyway, it's good to hear you. Keep trying. We'll get some better conditions as the weather starts to get warmer in the spring and summer here. Good evening for now, Darren, and Thank you for checking in. KJ6KFB. I did hear Bill on the other day. He was on 40 meters yesterday morning, down on 7128 of all places. I was see this big signal booming in down there, and I go down, and lo and behold, it's Bill talking to another 6. Over.
Oh, you never can tell. Yeah, I know he's been trying to get a little bit better rest, and that's the best I can tell about it. Is yeah, he's just if I'm still sleepy, I'm staying sleepy.
Hopefully he can get more rest. That's what he needs. He needs a good 6-8 hours of sleep a night, and I think a lot of things would get better. His health might even improve, but who knows? But I know it's comfortable for him to sleep, so that's his big problem. Alrighty, take care, Darren, and have a good one. We'll look for you on Sunday night. Have a good weekend. KJ6KFB, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. KJ6, KFB, 756, 73.
9700 sounds good. It's really helping you have a consistent signal. At 75 watts really makes quite a difference here on this band. All right. Let me see here. Let's go for Bill, KO6KD. If you're there, Bill, K6MYC. Okay, let's go get KR6MR. KR6MR, KR6MR. John, are you here?
Roger, Mike. Very, very weak.
Okay, well, I got to have more chatter from you, and I'll see if I can find where it's coming from tonight, John. 759 KR6MR. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. I need more chatter from you. I'm trying to find a peak. You're very weak. I don't know why you're so weak, and Darren's very strong tonight. I would think that must be your elevation. Maybe you're above the inversion layer or something. Over.
Hit him, John.
I don't hear him.
John's there. John, start giving him a nice, 30 seconds. Go for it. KJ6, KFB.
Now you're booming in. I can't understand why I can't find you. I didn't hear a trace of him in that transmission. Talk to him and have him make another 1-minute transmission. And I'll see if I can find where it's coming through. Over. Okay, I'm getting some words now. You're coming up to about readability 3. Go ahead, John. Go ahead. Okay. Something about Sunday. Yeah, we'll try again Sunday. Well, we won't have any trouble on 2 meters on Sunday. I don't know why you're so weak on 432. Darren is romping in here. He's super strong, 5-8, 5-9, and you're barely detectable here. So that's really odd. It's almost like something's not working right there. But maybe it's just it may be just the band or the inversion. Anyway, 73s, and I've got you checked in anyway, John. So thanks for being there. KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Very, very bad conditions. Very bad conditions. So I'll let you go and KR6MR 73.
Okay, well, I found a spot right here where you're just about Q5. I've got you up to just about Q5. It's one bump. 1 degree either side of center, and I go back to Q3 copy. So I've got you right on a peak here. Anyway, I don't think the band's in bad shape. All the other stations were coming in well here from every direction. Everybody was good copy tonight. I didn't struggle with anybody. You're the first signal that was down significantly there, so almost makes me feel like you're not running the power you think you are or something. I don't know. Well, you're probably not hearing me either. I'm running 800, so if you're not hearing me well, then it's probably either an antenna problem or power. Probably not power. 7-3, John, and we'll see you Sunday night there. Have a good weekend up there in Meadow Vista. KR6MR, K6MYC, 7-3.
Okay, 73. I'm running good power. I'm running 70 plus watts. The VSWR is about 1.3 to 1, so my antennas are just fine as well. Anyway, look for you Sunday, KR6MR.
Okay, solid copy except your power. What kind of power output right now?
70 watts, 70 watts.
Oh, 70, okay, 75 watts, okay. Well, it was Q5. I got you Q5. I got one little notch in there at, where are we here? 333.4 334.5 degrees. If I move it 1 degree one way or the other, I lose you. Boy, oh boy. 73. Anybody else? How about Reading? How about Reading? Give me some CW there, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over.
QSP fading down to 0 for me sometimes.
I hear you, Paul, but not as good as the bounce pad.
Yep, I hear you, Mike. Sometimes Q2 or 3, that was 5 K6NYC, this is K6WIS, over.
Roger, well, I was rocking the antenna. Here's the spot that works. I got you in almost the same spot as John, which is unusual. Usually you're 5 or 6 degrees more to the north, but good copy here tonight. Did you guys hear CW in there? I thought I heard some CW, but it might have been just you talking. So let me call for Reading one more time. Listen for Reading on CW. Reading, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over, Rich. Any trace of CW, Paul?
Nope, negative, but I'm pointed south-east down to you, and Reading is right off the back of my beam right now.
Yeah, but I would think you would hear a little trace of CW if it was in there. I am not hearing anything now. I thought I heard it, but I think it was you talking to John. Okay, carry on. I'm going to go up toward Nevada, and you guys won't bother me when I get up that way, so carry on if you like here right on this frequency. KR6MR, K6 Whiskey, India Sugar, K6MYC going to Nevada.
Okay, 73 Mike.
Okay, let's see. KD6BQ. KD6BQ. Richard, any copy? K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard there. Let's go over a little bit more here. How about KE7UQL? Kilo Echo 7 Uniform Quebec London, K6MYC, over. Now let's try this way. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. How about you, Eric? N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Any copy on me? K6MYC. Bozo Net, over. got CW. It must be terrible conditions here all of a sudden. I think that's you. Just give me Rogers, Richard. Is that you, Richard? KD6BQ. Is that you? Is that you, Richard? To go ahead. I'm not hearing his CW right now, Rob. But it's very, very, I can't believe it. He's running 8 watts. He should be hearing my 800. Responding. He should be responding, but maybe the conditions are so poor I'm not getting his 8 watts here. Let me try one more time. KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo Queen, KD6BQ. K6MYC, Bozo Net, calling and listening. Over, Richard.
The CW is still going on, Mike. I think it could be maybe Redding calling.
Roger. We hear you now. You're coming up quite nicely now, and thank you, Rob. He all of a sudden just popped up out of the noise with the Rogers. KD6BQ, thank you. Do you hear anything from Daniel? Do you hear anything from Daniel, Richard? Over. Oh, I hear 272 in there. Boy, the conditions are terrible. Terrible conditions. I'm surprised. I didn't think the conditions would be that bad. But we hear you, Daniel. Roger, Daniel. We've got your 272. Conditions are very poor, and I'm also hearing Richard. So we got both of you checked in here. Rob, are you doing any better with Richard?
Yeah, I heard both of them talking, I think, and I'm still hearing the CW, so that's puzzling me, KM6SRR.
Richard now. KD6BQ. Richard, we got you all okay. I have your 249. We think we might be hearing Redding, so we're going to say 73s and go back a few degrees and see if we can hear Redding in there. 73s, Daniel. 73s, Richard. K6MYC, going back a bit and looking for KD6SW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over. Well, you know, Rob, are you hearing anything that time?
No, it stopped now. I wonder, does Eric do CW?
Why don't you give a call? Maybe you've got better propagation than I have. Give a call, KD6 Sugar Whiskey.
Yeah, I moved the antenna a little bit to get the guys up in Nevada, so I'm not sure where it's coming from now.
Okay, last call toward Redding. Charlie, November 80. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Give us some more CW, Richard. Rich, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Over. I'm just not hearing it. I'll have to wait till Sunday night, and he tells me he's been in there or wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it anymore either.
Okay, and I think we're done because I started out down south. I didn't hear W6PYP or KB6RQU or anybody else, so I think we're done.
Does Mark have 432?
Which Mark?
K6 MTS?
No. If he has it, I don't know. I don't think he's ever checked in here.
Okay. I did a quick count. I have 27. And the LA guys sent up their log already, and they only had 17 tonight.
Wow, we did good. A big pile up tonight, and we even missed a couple. What'd you say, 27?
Yeah, 27. They had 18. I got off on the number there. They had 18 check-ins. We have 27.
Okay, good. Well, they got twice the population down there. We got half of our check-ins from course goal alone, for God's sake. Okay, well, Aaron, if you're listening there, thank you. 73s, don't forget to put me back on the battery. When last checked, I had 88%, but it's probably down to the 70s now. We're holding up nicely that the sun is out every day. Hi. Hopefully I'll see Frank here tomorrow.
Yep, no worries. And I'm looking at it right now. You're at 84, so you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
US.
Do you have any way to make the numbers a little bigger? I can just barely read the numbers.
Yeah. It looks like it got zoomed down again, but now it's up at 250. 250%.
Let me take a look.
$680 if you can hear me, guys.
I can hear you. 680. There's Mark. Got to change our number to 28, Robin.
Hey guys, I got everybody S1 or less.
Really? You should have me stronger than that. I'm running 800 watts, Mark.
I'm running what I usually run. It's a tri-band vertical.
Oh well, give me a little chatter and I'll go vertical.
Oh, there you go. Chatter. We're over here, and I think we're just about due east of you. I forget what it is. Anyways, yeah, 2 meter,
okay,
20 and 440 tri-band.
Okay, well, I don't think this made any difference. I couldn't hear any difference. Obviously, I'm getting a big bounce on you. I can swing around your direction, so just talk to Rob a minute, and I'll swing around your way to make sure we do have vertical and horizontal. I switch back and forth. I'm vertical right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just got you you were at about a 9 and then a 7, so yeah, that's like night and day. So you're pointing this way now?
Oh, no, I'm rotating. I'm at, where am I here? 160, 140, 130, 120. Yeah, there's 100. That should be pretty close. Over.
Hi, Mark.
S9 plus.
Hi, Mark. Am I stronger now?
Yes, you are. What did you do, Aaron?
Switch to my vertical.
Interesting. Anyhow, K6 MTS, by the way.
Okay, now just watch this because I'm not getting any difference. So maybe my switch wires are broken here or something. This is horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertical.
About a 9 vertical and a 6 horizontal.
Oh, okay. So it does make a difference. I can't see it. I mean, I can't hear it. You're so strong that you got the AGC solid. So it's working. It's just not audible. Carry on, Aaron.
Yeah, hi, Mark. I have to say, I also have a tri-band vertical. This one does 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 1.2 gig. I don't use the vertical on 1.2 gig very often, but there are FM repeaters on 1.2. It's just nobody uses them.
Got it. You're you're about just a hair under S7 now. So yeah, now I can hear you guys. I could hear you before, but there was nothing no reading on the meter. So
Thanks. Now you guys can turn around the other way and shut the net down.
Well, you know, Mark, the solution is you just need to go horizontal. Yeah, go ahead, Rob. KA6US.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I got Mark about an S8, so he's coming in good, even though he's vertical and I'm horizontal.
I got Rob S.001.
Well, I'm not running any smoke right now. It's over back at Jim's place, so I'm barefoot tonight.
All right, Rob. Good to sort of hear you. It's in the plans, Aaron. I've got what do I've got? I got a 7-element 2 meter. I've got a I don't know, 5 or 6 element 440. And yeah, it's just getting this stuff up and digging a hole and putting in the concrete and putting up the tower and all those things.
Yeah, Rob knows everything about that.
Yeah, not enough to make it happen. Am I any better now, Mark?
A little bit, Rob.
Yeah, I must have had you on a bounce or something. I moved a little further up.
Yeah, Aaron is just blowing you away.
Yeah, that's what being in the right polarization will do for you. Alrighty, we'll hand it back over to Mike so you can close out this thing.
7-3, guys.
7, Mark.
Okay. Very good, Mark. 7-3, good signal here. Like I say, no matter what way I hear, I can't hear any difference audibly in what you're doing here. So you're very strong. This is K6MYC Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing the 432.1 net here on January, 29, guys?
Roger.
Hey, I got it right for a change. January 29, 7-3 all.
Hey, Mike, guess who just walked in the door?
Andy.
Yep, Bozo 1200, so we can add one more. That would be 29.
Well, I had her in here anyway. I had already written her in by the time when I first heard you. So I'll change the number to 29. Let's see what Judy gets.
Okay, sounds good. 73 Mike, K6NYC, KM6SR, and 73 Aaron, K6US, KM6SR.
7-3.
Yeah, good night, guys. Oh, man, too bad we couldn't get number 30. Oh, well. We'll catch you guys on Sunday. K6US. And good night, Mark.
Call up Ken. He'll get on.
He hasn't been getting on 432. I don't think we've had him on 432 for a while.
Oh, yeah, he's working. It works. The other one we could get is N6BYH. He's got 432. And who else in the area here? I think W6OWL. I don't know what he's got. I don't know if he's got a radio that goes up past 2.
Yeah, we need to get him a 9700 and then get him on some more bands.
Well, he's a pauper, he can't afford it.
Well, when you got to move and spend all that money.
Larry's wallet hasn't been open so long that butterflies don't even come out. It comes out flying dinosaurs.
Does he have some Armenian blood in him? Oh my gosh! All my Armenian friends are just very tight on their money.
Yeah, Lion, Lyon, but I think it was Lian when they first came over here. Over.
Yeah, Roger.
Larry doesn't even think that's funny.
No, he probably doesn't. You just got to get him to sell that shop of his, and he'll have plenty of money.
Yeah. He's got to be partial owner of the largest raisin processing plant in the world. I think he's got a couple of moth-eaten $1 bills that he could use.
Yeah, probably.
Well, anyway. anyway, so much for poor old Larry. Yeah, we're lucky we have him on here with his dad's call.
Yeah, he definitely likes using it. Oh my goodness! Every time he was keying up, he was saying his call sign. I'm like, Larry, we're not gonna forget it.
For sure. All right, good night, guys. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go in the bedroom and listen to some blogs and let Judy check this. If it's the right number, Rob, I won't send it to you. Okay.
Okay. You were talking about checking out those glasses. Did you buy the glasses or not?
No, I didn't, because the woman that was in the sunglass store that could have sold them to me walked right away. She probably, if she would have twisted my arm one more degree right, I would have just said, well, let's get them and I'll work on the details. But she walked away and went to another customer. So she just gave up a $450 sale.
Yeah, that's the way they work nowadays. All the new youngins have a different idea on service.
Well, I was asking her specific questions, and I probably had her a little upset because, first of all, I said, "Look, I'm blind. I can't see it." So you're saying go and watch the video on how to do it. I said, I can't watch the video, lady. I just told you I'm blind. She said, well, you don't look like you're blind. Well, I said, here's the deal. When I look at your head, I'm standing 3 feet in front of her. When I look right at you, I said, you don't even have a head. There's nothing there. I said, if I look off to the side, I can tell you you have blonde hair. That's the best I can do right now. Over.
That's why she walked away, Mike. You insulted her. She didn't have a head.
Well, she knows where she can take it. Anyway, I was so numb to her facial expressions, of course, couldn't see them. And Jeff was with me there, and Jeff said, well, I guess she was just frustrated that I couldn't make up my mind. She didn't try to sell them to me. She just said, we talked about two different lenses. They have a lens that you can put in there that goes dark when you go out in the daylight, in the sunlight. And it was $479 for that, and $459 for the straight lens. And I said, well, hell, I can afford that extra $20, but I'm not sure I need it. I said, I don't even wear sunglasses now because I don't see the sun that bright. It's not hurting my eyes under any circumstances. It may be hurting my eyes, but it's not impairing my sight, and it's not going to bother my sight on the long term either. Over.
Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know. It would have been interesting to see her when, if I was there while you were having this conversation. Haha.
Well, she seemed to be friendly enough, and I was, it was a good conversation. It's just that she didn't have the answers I wanted. I wanted somebody to train me. She says, well, you just hook up the Bluetooth and listen to it. Okay, how do I do that? Well, I don't know. Listen to the instruction. Listening and doing them is one thing. There's all kinds of commands that you can make. She said, I guess somewhere along the line, the woman said, well, it's doing more. Version 2 now is even better. You can say, where's my tool, or where's the screwdriver? And you look around and it can tell you when it sees it, I guess. But there's a lot of training on the verbal commands. Verbal commands are key, just like it is on your phone. If I don't say, Siri, what time is it in Fresno? And she didn't hear me. If I don't say that, she doesn't respond to any of this. All this chatter says never says a word unless I say her name first. So there's things that you have to do when you're using the phone for a lot of verbal functions, key words, and I've got to hear those. I've got to learn them. Got to have somebody explain to me why that's a key word and why it isn't, or whatever. Anyway, I'm probably a little stubborn about learning, but I'm 88. I don't learn that fast.
Yeah, you old codger, you. Anyway, it used to be you had to go through and give certain words and say them yourself, and it'd know what word you're saying, and then it could adjust to your voice. But I think the new stuff is more sophisticated than that now.
Well, yes, in a way, I prefer it to be not activated by other people's voices. Judy has a hard time with Siri. Occasionally she gets Siri to get her attention on my phone, but most of the time she doesn't. And she doesn't use Siri on her phone. She just simply dials the number or something. Anyway, everybody, you know, when you're talking to these young folks, they just cannot get the concept of blindness. I said, lady, I can barely see the phone. I can tell that it's lit up. And sometimes the face goes black, and sometimes it isn't black, and that's the best I can do. Sometimes I can see the little button at the bottom you slide to answer it, and that's the best I got, over. She said, you don't see the little star in the lower corner that says favorites? I said, I don't see anything in the bottom corner. I'm barely see the bottom of the phone. You just can't get it. Anyway, enough of my diatribe. Good night, guys. Anyway, I did not buy the glasses yet. I may, but I'm going to get on the phone. They did at Apple Store. They did put Apple support number in my phone, so I'm going to call Apple support tomorrow just for fun and see what they can lead to. Now it's funny because the store up where Phil goes, the Apple Store in Sonora, does sell the glasses and trains you and everything right there. And this store down here didn't want to have anything to do with it. I think Jeff may have come up with the answer to that, though. I think he said somewhere I heard that Apple was developing their own Meta glass, and so they don't want to help with the Ray-Bans because it'd be competition, over.
Interesting. Well, you could always go up there where Phil is and go to his store and get it all done in one place.
Yeah, now how am I going to get to Sonora?
Well, somebody can take you up there. Judy doesn't drive, I guess, huh? Well, if you twisted my leg, I guess I could take you there.
Oh, that's not the point, Rob. It would probably take more than one visit to get this done. I mean, it's a class. She said, I've heard there's classes. I said, how many classes are there? She said, I don't know. How long does it take? I don't know. So it's just one of those frustrating mornings getting non-answers. So, I mean, it's not that I can't afford $450. It's that it wasn't to stop her. I just don't want to buy something I'll never use.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Did you say she was blonde?
Yes. Is that the problem I had?
There you go. I hope not too many blondes listen to this frequency. Anyways, no offense to that comment. It just had to be funny. Okay, Mike, I better let you go. KM6SR.
You know why blondes have more fun?
I used to. I don't forget the joke.
Because they're easier to find in the dark.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, that final comment. It's like the other comment the other day that I got to repeat it because I heard it again on the air in a different version. But it was, it's so cold up in Minnesota right now that even the Somalis have got their hands in their own pockets.
Yep, I heard that last night. It was a good one.
That's a good one. Classic stuff. All right, good night, guys. K6MYC off and clear.